Now for Mark Levin's Short Takes on Levin TV.
We put together as best we could, it's out there on the internet, some of the scene of what took place the other day at the Loudoun County board meeting. And I might add that there were reports that either the teachers union or the administrators or certain school board members had people bust in to oppose the parents, may I say the indigenous parents in the county. So there's that going on now because the left does that sort of stuff. But let's take a look at this, what we were able to piece together. Go.
I'm retired Senator Dick Black of Ashburn, Virginia. You retaliated against Tanner Cross by yanking him from teaching for addressing a public hearing of this board. The judge ordered you to reinstate Mr. Cross because if his comments were not protected speech, then free speech does not exist at all. It's absurd and immoral for teachers to call boys girls and girls boys. You're making teachers lie to students, and even kids know that it's wrong. This board has a dark history of suppressing free speech. They caught you red-handed with an enemies list to punish opponents of critical race theory. You're teaching children to hate others because of their skin color, and you're forcing them to lie about other kids' gender. I am disgusted by your bigotry and your depravity.
Joe Mobley, to be followed by Donna Russell.
Stop.
Public comment.
Notice how they cut him off. That's a former state senator who represented this area. And he retired. He wasn't defeated. And they just cut him off. Anyway, go ahead.
Now ended. We will move to our next agenda item.
That's not a few hundred parents here. That looks like it's almost 500 or 600 or 700 parents.
A girl and a boy with a boy is wrong. God says men and women are united in one, not men and men or women and women. I also think that transgender is wrong too. You are who you are. You cannot change that.
Why are they pulling that man? Does anybody know? He didn't look like he was doing anything wrong to me. Yeah, he's talking to another citizen. So what? They just arrested him? Let's stop. Here you truly have a peaceful protest. People go to the meeting and they're being shut down. I was on a school board as a young man. We had peaceful protests too. We had a taxpayer revolt in my township, long before there was a Tea Party or anything of the sort. This was about 1979, 1980. We let the people speak. It went on for hours. I was with the protesters. I supported them. I knew what that damn board was doing. And the board members know exactly what they're doing. These are the people who own the school system. These are the people who pay the salaries. And in our county, they're paid of the teachers and the school board members and the administrators and the police officers. And they don't just want to go through a routine where they get 1 minute to speak. They want this to stop, this critical race theory. And it's not just critical race theory. They're teaching filth in these classrooms, not just promoting transgenderism, but they're promoting all kinds of perversion. And these parents have had enough. And they're not just there to have their day for 2 or 3 hours. They want this board to react. Now, what happened was this big blue wave hit Virginia, and Loudoun County was one of the last counties to go. It was a rock-solid Republican county, part rural, part exurb. And what has happened is you have more and more people from closer and closer to Washington, D.C., moving into Loudoun County. I'm talking about liberals and whites, by the way. Also, you have the county, 1 in every 4 people who live in the county now, legally or illegally, is an immigrant. So the county has been fundamentally changed in the last 8 to 10 years. So the school board flipped Even though people run as independent, they don't really identify their party affiliation, but clearly flipped. So they threw out almost all the other people, and they brought in this new breed, mostly leftists. And that is what's happened to the school board. And they just hired a new superintendent. And so they have every intention of imposing their will on the population in Loudoun County. And these parents know it. And so they showed up by the hundreds to try and put their foot down. And you can see how they were treated and how they're treated by the media. Oh, they're disrupting, they're this, that. They're not burning anything down. They're not painting swastikas on anything. They're not attacking cops. None of that's going on. Go.
Trying to be quiet too.
I can see you're upset. So
it's not just upset. You guys are infringing on people's First Amendment rights.
First off, what's your name?
John.
I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you, John. Can we talk? Can we just like go over here and talk?
I can talk to you right here in front of everything else here. These guys would love to hear you talk. Let's see how you guys justify taking people who came here with speaker slots so they could stand right here. All these people were doing here was taking the time to be able to show and share, at least with their own people, why they're here. They have every right to do that and to press their rights and their regrets in terms of what's gone on in this county. And you guys are being a tool of that thing, all right? And as a result, you guys are actually supporting the suppression of people's rights.
John, are you refusing to leave at this time?
Yes, I'm refusing to leave.
Kids too. Deputies, please arrest this individual.
Unbelievable.
Listen, John, put your hands behind your back for me. Come on. Please, thanks, John.
Based on what transaction? What did I do wrong?
Just put your hands behind your back for me, sir, please.
John, walk with me, please. Walk with me, John. No! Hey, John,
Please don't resist. Please don't resist.
This is an unlawful arrest. I have a First Amendment right.
Listen, you do, right? But
You're right. Okay, thank you. Here's someone speaking rationally.
Listen to me. At this point, the meeting is over, right?
It's not over. It's not over.
It
We
is.
were
All right,
meeting. We
but
were meeting.
I think that was handled very, very poorly. The man wasn't being physical. He was talking to the officer. He didn't touch the officer. The other guy comes in. He said, you won't leave, right? So it's trespass. Why don't you let the guy talk for the next 10, 20, 30 minutes? What's the harm? And so this is why people are furious in this country. You treat a man like this way. He's not attacking the cops. He's not throwing chairs. He's not cursing. He's not doing anything. He's furious that they cut everybody off. They dismissed everybody. They cut the meeting, and the school board left. And he's there speaking, and the police should let him speak. He can speak all he wants. Who cares? Instead, that other cop, the bigger one, comes over and says, you refuse to leave now, you're trespassing. That is really appalling. I'm disgusted. I'm a big supporter of cops, big supporter of Loudoun County cops. That disgusts me. Absolutely disgusts me what took place there. And it is suppressing speech. And these people need to show up the next time and do exactly the same thing. What are they going to do, arrest all the parents? You see, it's easy to arrest a guy like that because he doesn't fit the narrative. It's easy to arrest a guy like that because he doesn't come armed. He's not doing anything physical. I think it's disgusting what they did to that man. I don't understand what they did to the first man either. If he's getting into a debate or even an argument with another citizen, so what? He didn't touch the other person, as far as I saw. Now you compare that to a video many of you saw a couple of nights ago where two people were pulled out of a car because of a slight fender bender. Pulled out of a car, a husband and a wife, young couple. I believe they were a Puerto Rican couple, actually. Pulled to the ground, and a guy gets out and executes the husband, shoots him in the back of the head. Shoots the wife through the neck. She holds on for about 36 hours, and now she's dead. Two little kids that don't have a parents because of a fender bender. Now compare that to this. I'm really disgusted by what I just saw.
Want to see more? Sign up for Levin TV.